Welcome back to Love Living in AZ, where every week we talk about the greatest things about living in Arizona.
Great, you're ready to buy a home. So this video is going to be a quick video to kind of go over the overall process of what it looks like to buy a home in Arizona. This is specific to Arizona. It's going to be a similar process in any state throughout the country. However, there will be some slight variances on some of the things that I'm going to talk about. This is also just a quick overview glance. There's essentially 8 steps, and I am going to go over the process generally here in this video. And for more information on each process, I break it down into 8 different videos. So if you'd like to watch those and get more detail, just keep going through my playlist of videos here. So the first step in getting ready to buy a home is going to be getting pre-qualified. We don't want to start looking at homes until we get that pre-qualification. You just want to make sure that you're looking at homes that are within your price point and your budget. It's never fun when you start looking at homes thinking you might be qualified at $600,000 or $700,000, and then you get pre-qualified at $500,000. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just once that you started to look at certain homes, that's kind of where you're get excited, and that's going to be your expectation. And just the lower price point homes might not have all of the things that you're looking for. Maybe smaller yards, maybe smaller square footage, or less, one less bedroom than what you were needing. So first step, get pre-qualified. If you need help with that, let me know. I always recommend local lenders as well, just because I think the customer service that you're gonna receive is gonna far outweigh if you were going with a big box chain lender. Next step is that once you're pre-qualified, and these 2 steps can kind of intermingle, you want to find an agent. Hopefully, if you're on my page, I would love to help you if you're looking to buy or sell or invest in Arizona. I work with clients all sorts of price points, investor buying and selling, so I would love to help you. And once you find an agent, you want to make sure you have someone that has experience, a homeowner themselves, not someone who's been through the process themselves and knows what they're doing. Clients, we typically do a buyer consultation call first, and we could do this over the phone, over Zoom, but it's just for me to be able to learn about you, what you're looking for, see how I can help you, and then also you learn about me and kind of my process and what to expect and how we can work together moving forward. Once we get our home search going, then we're going to start seeing homes in person. You're going to find 2 or 3 homes that you really love. We're going to set up showings and go look at those homes. With me, I always want to make sure that your needs are being met immediately. So if I am with other clients, if I have other appointments, I want you to get in the home that works for your schedule. I'm unable to show you the home. I work with several partners who will be able to go get you in the home, show you the house so you can see it. I just always think this is the best level of service for my clients because, like I said, I want you to see the home when you want to see it on your terms. So once we get going from there, you're gonna find a home that you just love. I always think my clients, when they walk in, they just know, like, this is the home, I can feel it. So from there, we're gonna write an offer. And what that looks like is very long and detailed, too much for this little video that I'm doing now, so I have that in more detail on another video. But things that you're going to want to in this offer is going to be your purchase price, what you're willing to pay for this house. Our earnest money deposit, typically in Arizona we do 1% to 2%, and this is money that's going to be due to the title company pretty much upon acceptance of contract within 24 to 48 hours. Also going to have your closing date in there. You're going to have your due diligence period, and I'll talk more about that in a second, but in Arizona, the standard is 10 days. Depending on the market, we might be trying to shorten that up, or if we're in a highly competitive offer situation, we might try and do, just a shorter due diligence period. But don't worry, I have your back. I'm always going to make sure that you are protected. We're getting everything done that you need for this house to make sure it's the right house for you and to be able to move forward. So you might be saying, like, what is this due diligence period? Well, that's your inspection. So this is your time to do any inspections that you want. I typically always recommend my clients do a general home inspection, a termite inspection, because in Arizona, it's not a matter of if your home has had termites, but a matter of when. and it's not as big of a deal as it sounds like, as long as you take care of it immediately. And then if you have a pool, I always recommend a pool inspection as well. Sometimes from those inspections, the inspector may recommend that we do a follow-up inspection. The HVAC, which is the air conditioning, maybe he recommends, he saw something, but he's not the specialist for that. So maybe he recommends we get another HVAC specialist out there. So that can happen sometimes as well. That's basically it. During the due diligence period, this is where you want to do all of your investigation, making sure, like, if you have kids, that the schools that are in this neighborhood work for you and your family. Commute time to work. Talk to the neighbors. Whole 13-page document that you'll sign and review, which will go over all the different things you would want to inspect. During your due diligence period, this is going to be the easiest time, if you found something you didn't love about the home, to be able to cancel your contract and get your earnest deposit back. Again, my job is to make sure that you're always being protected, you and your assets and your money. So this is something that we go into kind of great detail about, and just making sure that the home is a great option for you. And on the other side of that, the due diligence period is not for us to be able to pick, find a home and then be like, I actually don't like the paint color, so I want them to paint it, or the carpet's dirty, or little minor home maintenance items. That's part of being a homeowner. So every single home inspection, even on new build homes, there will be things on that report. That is the home inspector's job. You will never get a completely clean inspection report. It just doesn't happen. That's the inspector's job. Put items on there, and it's just to make you aware. You typically are only wanting to cancel if it's major items that are either going to be very expensive to repair, that type of thing. But we can also ask for the sellers to maybe repair some of these items, maybe give us a credit to go towards some of those items for you to repair it later. But those are just some different ideas. And again, I will have a full video on this going into great detail. Once we make it through our due diligence period, if you are not a cash buyer and you have a loan on this home, your lender is going to order an appraisal. This is completely unbiased opinion. It's a third party, so they are going to come in, check out the house, and they're going to say what they think it's worth. So they're going to appraise it based on other homes that have sold in the neighborhood. They're going to come up with a price. Let's say that the purchase price on the house was $500,000. Appraiser might come in and he might say, wow, this house is beautiful. I think it's actually worth $520,000. That's wonderful. You have instant equity in your brand new home. And sometimes it happens where the appraiser might come in and he's like, you know what? Based on the comps, I just cannot get to that $500,000 point. I think this house is actually more about like $490,000. So what happens there is, and this can vary greatly depending on your situation, how much money you're putting down. Basically, the bank is not going to loan you any money more than what it appraises at. So if you were doing, a minimal down payment or no down payment, and if you're a VA buyer and the house appraised at $490,000, then we have three options. One, either the sellers have to lower the purchase price to $490,000. Option two would be that you guys negotiate somewhere in the middle, maybe you come up with $495,000. And what this means is that you have to cover any difference above that $490,000 in cash. It's your lender's not going to cover it. You can't roll it into your loan. So if it's, say you guys came up with $495,000, you're going to have to come up with an additional $5,000 cash on top of any additional down payment, closing costs that you were already planning to pay. Third option that happens sometimes is that if it just doesn't work out, the seller's not willing to lower the price, you can't come to terms, then you will cancel on the home. You will not get the home, but you will get your earnest deposit back as long as you keep that appraisal contingency in there. And again, this is something I go over in my buyer consultation, so I want to make sure I explain it in more depth. I have another video on it, but just something for you to kind of be aware of as we're going over the general overview process of buying a home. After that, say we make it through the appraisal, great. Appraises at value, which is at the $500,000 if that was your purchase price or above. Wonderful, we're moving forward, we're looking forward to closing. There's just going to be a couple weeks typically, usually about 2 weeks, of where it's just your lender is finalizing loan document. We're getting everything prepped and ready for you to sign. The title company is working on getting everything transferred over to the new owners. So there's not much going on your end. It's a lot on the back end of what's kind of going on behind the scenes, but we're moving forward towards closing. And then once we make it through that, you'll set up appointments to do signing. Again, depending on your situation, if you're out of state, we may have a mobile notary come to you wherever you are, and they can meet you and you can sign documents that way. You could go to the title company's office if you're here locally in Arizona. So there's a few different options there. But once you sign, then we're just getting ready. You're gonna wire your funds that are needed towards closing costs and your down payment. What's gonna happen from here is that the title company is going to release your file to record with the county. And because it's a government agency, we don't know exactly how long it's gonna take, but as long as all your documents have been signed in advance, you've wired your funds the day before and the title company has them in their possession, they're going to release your file first thing in the morning. And at some point on closing day, might be as early as 9 a.m., may not be till 5 p.m. But on that closing day, we will hear back from title that says, congratulations, you've recorded with the county. You are the official homeowners on this new home. Once that happens, we meet up, I give you your keys, and the home is all yours. I hope this helps answer some questions if you're looking to buy a home or you're a first-time home buyer. If you have any questions, please let me know. I would love to help you.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell to be notified of the next time I have a video come up. And if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, please give me a call or send me an email.